Games ponies play. Well, shoot. This episode's got a lot of really good things in it. Like lots of little fan services things like Rainbow Dash's dad. That's kind of cool. Or probably dad. I think it is. But then it's got things like how they handle Rarity very, very poorly, which is a shame because she's actually one of the more engaging characters. She's one of those characters that you can get a whole lot out of. Rainbow Dash, Twilight, and Rarity are the three who are the easiest probably to create conflicts for, whereas Applejack and Fluttershy are the hardest. What is this episode about? Well, it's the old episode of Mistaken Identity. It's the SpongeBob episode where the health inspector comes in and they mistake someone for the health inspector. Usually this kind of episode, this kind of plot, is used for the lesson of treating everyone with respect, regardless of their position of authority or not. And this episode switches it up a bit, in so much as it doesn't really have a lesson. I mean, it kind of does. I mean, this is actually, if you had to say who is this story more about, it's much more Rainbow Dash's story. It does have a lot of connections with the prior episode, Just for Sidekicks, and it's really cool to see the interconnectedness between those two. However, the plot is very, very thin. It doesn't have a whole lot to it. I'd like to see a lot more. But DigiBrony was kind of right in saying that this is the plot's like Swiss cheese. I mean, there's a lot of problems, but it does succeed in certain aspects. Certain aspects are really, really good. The comedy in many places is handled very well. The characterization of several of the characters is really good. Rainbow Dash is very good. Twilight Sparkle and her whole learning a lesson, her little lesson she learns from Cadence about stress release is a really nice touch, and it answers something I didn't notice in the prior episode. So that's a plus. But then you have things like Pinkie Pie who don't really have a whole lot of, some of the jokes hit, but a lot of them don't. You have Fluttershy and Applejack who are kind of in the background. And then you have Rarity who really gets the shaft in this episode by having her go off. And she has fun scenes. I mean, she's enjoyable in the scenes that she's in. But I would have liked to have seen her more involved in the action. Plus, the characterization of the inspector is kind of poor. I mean, you're told things about her, but you don't actually see anything. No indication is given. I think if we had shown her having a much worse time than just, having water splashed on her, that would have been really cool. But, for what it is, it's really good. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect during this episode. So what I got was pretty good. I will make a couple of videos probably later in this week. My next review is going to be delayed. Again, sorry, it's another delay this week because of college stuff. I've got a lot of film projects. I just finished my first film project. I'll probably upload that into YouTube once the project's over. But I'll see you guys next week when I'll review the season finale. And then I'm actually going to have that week afterwards, on the Optimistic Realist, I'm going to have a whole episode dedicated to, MLP and Brony culture. So things are going to be kind of interesting in the next couple of weeks. I hope that I'll be able to get the Alvin and the Chipmunks episode. But until then, I'm going to sign off on these vlogs. I'll probably come out with a couple of vlogs. One is going to be a video response to a Brony video someone made that I really kind of want to talk about. And another will discuss, conventions. I do have some conventions I'm going to, and that will kind of discuss it. But until then, I'm Joseph Marks, and I'll see you guys next time.